Welcome back, everyone. It's Kirrok here. Welcome back to another episode on the Blockshire server. That's the Blockshire Minecraft server. And some of you might recognize this spot or this place. It's almost night. Good. So we need to. I'll grab a wooden sword. Oh my God. Forgive me if I sound a little out of it. I got a terrible headache I've had for like 4 days, and I'm trying to fight it and got a bit of sleep. You know, hopefully I can overcome. So the unthinkable happened. Once it gets dark, we'll sleep, and then we'll gather stuff, and we'll set off again. The unthinkable? You ask why? But why? I mean, but what is the unthinkable, Kirrok? Okay, here we go. Well, as I have explained in previous streams, previous episodes, when I'm clearing off the top of the mountain. Oh, is it raining? It's raining. I fall into this kind of like Zen zone, or kind of like the pitter patter of the pickaxe taking away the the smooth stone. Makes me kind of get tired and sleepy. It's the rhythmic pop 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 pop. And so I was doing it last night, and I'm busily doing it, you know, taking away that extra layer. And before I realize it, I wake up. I open my eyes, and I'm dead. I had done it right off the edge of the cliff, down the mountain, hit the ground, and died. And when I hit the respawn button, I didn't respawn to my bed. It said, no. Your bed is missing or obstructed. No. I didn't respawn to my bed. I respawned back at spawn. I gotta run all the way back to my base. Thank God I wrote the coordinates, but one of them is in the z-axis is like minus 6,400 blocks. I am so screwed. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing the right shirt for this game, the wrong shirt for a green screen. I'm just this floating head. That's awesome. I was like, whatever. I saw it. I was like, whatever. Okay, so let's grab. Oh my. I'm going to take 10 slime. I'm not going to be greedy. Is 10 greedy? I hope 10's not greedy. I'm going to take that. I have a sword. I just want some food that I can carry. And then I'm out of here. Plus we're burning daylight. Yeah, there was. Ouch. Okay, I think we're gonna set off. This is it. The stone cutter. I gotta remember that. All right. So we need to pull up the coordinates, and we need to head to minus 2,100 and minus 6,400. Hehehe. Got up to level 5 Bad Omen just farming for XP. Nice. So I don't even know which direction is the right direction, but I set off west. We're actually going to probably cross paths with Tang's place. Which way's west? Facing west. So it's this way. And I think Tang did. Yeah, so we're gonna set off now. All we have are the 24 so we're gonna have to kill some animals. We have the 24 raspberries or berries or whatever. So Tang, as you guys may recall from a previous episode, we took this path quite a while till we hit Tang's place, and then we hung a right. And then we hit an ocean. So we're going to be a little while. It's going to take me some time to get back to my base, and hopefully I don't die again. And then I want to get there. I don't care about the 10 minutes it takes for the death box. When you die, there's a little chest that gets put where you died, and all your stuff goes in there, and you have 10 minutes to go and collect it. I don't care. It was just stone pickaxes, stone axes. It was all stone stuff. It was nothing. What I want to know is, why in the world did I not respawn? I've died quite a few times already since, and why I didn't respawn back at my bed. What was obstructing my bed that it wouldn't let me spawn? What the heck is that? Somebody's been busy building something. Look at that. Anyways, so before I'm going to cut off at this section because I'm not going to bring you guys for the whole ride all the way there. But before I do that, I do want to point out that so far I have completed 3/4 of my mountain. There's about a quarter of it remaining that needs to be shaved down. And when we get there, I'm not going to, like, I'll show you guys real quick, but I'm not going to record more time. Hey, this is what I'm doing. I mean, you saw that in the last one. Instead, what I'll do is I'll stop the recording, and then next week when I finally finish shaving down that mountain, that's when I'll bring you back and we'll start doing some planning. So in this episode, you're going to see, a few tidbits and snippets from my stream this Monday and then probably next Monday. So see you guys in a little bit. And when I come back for the next Monday, I'll probably be in a shirt that doesn't do this. And welcome back, guys. We are back home finally. If I bring up the coordinates, you can see we're at about minus 2,222, and the z-axis is minus 6,400. Took a little while to get here. Had to sleep a few times, but we made it. And I'll give you a quick update on my progress. But what I'm going to end up doing... I'll give you a quick update on my progress. I'm not going to have you guys here forever. Next week when I come back on the server, by that time I should have completed shaving it down, and what we're going to do is we're going to plan the mountain. But you can see all of this area here is basically brought down. The mountain used to be at the base of those cobblestone pillars, and then I brought it down. From that one I brought it down, and so on. And you can see that I am working on this section. I have one more layer to go on the the third out of 4. So once I shave this whole section down here, one layer, I'll have about 3/4 of the mountain complete, and then we have to do that side right there that you're seeing, which is about another 1/4 of the mountain. Once that's done, we are ready to start planning and building. Of course, depending on what materials we need, because if I decide to use a lot of sand sand or sandstone, we're gonna have to make a trip or possibly multiple trips to a desert. But there's one not too far from here. So that's that. We made it back home safe and sound, and now I'm gonna complete the mountain, meaning I'm gonna complete this single layer that I have plus that whole section over there. And then I'll bring you guys back, which will probably be next week in real time for me, but in a few seconds for you. I'll see you soon. Welcome back, everyone. It's Kirrok here. Welcome back to, well, for you guys, it's still the same episode, but for me, it's been about a week. Welcome back to Minecraft on the Blockshire server. And good news, we've completed the mountain. We're down to the entire mountain range that I picked, level 107, finally. If I bring up F3, you can see I'm on level 107 on the y-axis, which is the vertical. And here it is, all complete. Completely shaved right down. It easily took me about 2.5 weeks to do. But it's totally shaved down. This entire area, basically this whole mountain range is down to that level, and you can see where all these posts are, how high they used to go, except for this post. This was my gauge, because now you can see that I'm able to cross it. Whoops. Okay, I can't because I don't know. Walking is hard. Oh my God, that is so embarrassing for everyone to see on YouTube. Okay, let's go. There we go. There we go. Yep. What is this? Damn Enderman. I had every block done. There you go. Now you guys get the honor of seeing the last block removed to make the whole mountain level 107. So we completed it. And earlier in this video that you're watching on YouTube, you would have seen that I had still gotten hadn't still finished it, had gotten to a certain point. I progressed, and then I finally completed it, like, all the way. And then what I did is I took a screenshot. I pillared up around this point here, somewhere somewhere around here, which I consider kind of like the middle. And I pillared all the way up, like super high up. And I'm going to say be right back. I have to disconnect because I don't want to, I'm going to go off to my desktop. Okay, we'll cancel. We'll quit games, okay. And I took, this is the logo from what's it called? Kingdom Come Deliverance, great game. And I took a screenshot. And here's the screenshot. It's a bird's eye view. So I basically pillared up right in this center point here. And what you're looking at is this area right down here is where all those chests are. Here's the wheat that's growing, my little temporary tree farm. And then right there, you can barely see it. I wonder if I can zoom in. Oh, I can do this. Is the door. Right there's the door to my little cubby hole, my little hobbit hole that I'm using to sleep at night. Of course, I am sleeping with open beds in the area, but this is what the mountain looks like. I actually had to take 2 snapshots and Photoshop it together so that it looked like one. It's not accurate. I mean, it's accurate, but it's the perspective is off. In fact, you can see those pillars are kind of like all coming from that center point, my point of view. So I was using this as a guide to try and figure out what I wanted to do. So we're going to do this. We're going to go save as. That's the original. I don't want to damage original. We'll call it version 1 because I don't know how many versions we're going to make. And we're going to save it to the desktop. Save. Saving a copy. So now I should have 2 versions sitting on my desktop here. Yeah, there's version 1. There's original. There's version 1. So we're going to open it. We're going to edit this. I do this often in Minecraft because I get an idea, almost like a map, and I can kind of draw out and figure out what goes where. And so this is where the sun sets. So this is west, this is east, which makes this north and this south. And I don't know exactly how I want to lay out this castle that I want to build, but I want the castle to kind of basically I want it to take up this entire area. So I don't know if it's going to just be like a bunch of circular towers connected by walls in between. And the mountain that I chose has kind of a funny shape. So you see this area right here that's all white? This area right here was this big crevice that has now become a really small little dip after I shaved the mountain right down. And I want to fill this in. So I'm not going to fill it in fully. I'm just going to put a layer that's at level 107 and then light up underneath it so that way I don't have any bad spawns. And that makes this entire area one big piece. I may consider doing that here as well. And if you look at it, excuse me, it almost looks symmetrical, which is great actually. Because here I have like a little lobe, here I have a lobe, here I have a lobe, here I have a lobe. So if I fill this in, this basically can be my castle grounds. And where these circular lobes are located, I can have towers. So I think it may function or may work. But then there's this narrowing here that leads out to this other opening. And I might make this like an enclosed area. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. So this is going to be the tough part. I mean, it was tough to, for 2.5 weeks, pick away at everything and clear out everything to get it to where I have it. Now comes the actual planning, and that's a little bit tricky. So what I might do is plan this out a little bit, draw on it, and then I'll bring you guys back when, of course in the stream I'm just going to keep on going, but for the YouTube video, I'll bring you guys back when I have something that I think is decent enough that I can present. Okay, guys? So I'll be back shortly. And welcome back. So what you're looking at on screen is basically the layout that I've kind of come up with that I'm okay with it. I like it. Here's the danger with doing something like this. You could do all you want bird's eye view, and this is actually a good thing to do because it's easy to make a change at this point than it is to actually throw down, stone, build walls, and then go, I don't like it. But we can do that on the fly. We can edit and change on the fly, but if work's already been done, it becomes a massive undertaking to correct something or change something. So you want to put on a piece of paper or a drawing or a map of some sort, like the one I have before me, all the time you can to figure out how you want it. And in the layout that I have, I'm pretty happy with it. Basically, we have the mountain is kind of shaped like an hourglass, with a bigger bottom, if that's easier way to see it. And what I've got is this massive circular part. Well, this lower part will be the tower. Sorry, I keep saying tower. The castle, the fortress. While this upper part is going to be an area where we have, crops, animals, stables, things like that. We will have a stable for horses only inside the castle walls, although this is going to have a wall that extends out. And you can see that the towers that defend it, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 main towers on the castle's portion, and then 1 main big tower on the farm portion, and then 3 smaller towers. I think that'll give it a nice look. I'm going to have to figure out measurements and sizes. The distance or the area that travels between these two is where we're going to have the main gate, also known as a death trap. I can't remember the actual name they call it. They call it a... Where is it? Hang on. I wrote this down because I was looking at different castle layouts and stuff. Come on. They call it, the actual word is a barbican. B-A-R-B-I-C-A-N. And it is also known as a gatehouse or kind of a gatehouse. Gatehouses evolved later from barbicans. Essentially, it's a death trap. So if you have an invading army or force coming through here, which would be the only way they could come in on this mountain, because I'm going to have, here you can see I have arrows pointing up and down. I'm going to have a water elevator system. Now, I know back in the day with castles, they don't have a water elevator system. Well, maybe. I don't know. But probably not. But I'm doing it just because it's Minecraft and it's convenience sake getting up and down a mountain. But if we were to take that into account, this whole area here where we would have the farms, the crops, would be the weakest link. And it's actually kind of not good, because if someone did invade, they control all my food, unless I have food stores in here. Anyways, that's beside the point. I want to have something that's pleasing aesthetically. So this would be the area if they were invading. It would be the area that would bottleneck the invading force, and it would be set up with the ability to take them out. Now, it looks pretty big arches here, but I'm going to use that major space to make these square towers, which is where you would have guards stationed and living to protect that. That would be your main protection. Then, of course, these towers are to defend, and they have good view of the surrounding areas. And then this will be my main keep, where the king, the lord of the manor, Kirrok, the lord of the manor, would live. And then, of course, these are smaller defensive towers. So this is pretty much the layout I'm going to go with. It won't be exactly like this, but this will give me a good guiding direction. Oh, and by the way, on the bottom, at the bottom of my mountain, there is a zombie spawner, and that zombie spawner I'm going to incorporate it into this design. I think I'm going to go back on and check and see if I'm within activation distance from level 107 on the top of the mountain, which is my level of the mountain now that I shaved it down to. But this green square here represents I'm going to have a square tower that's going to be an XP farm for zombies, but I'm probably going to work in some sort of an elevator system and waterways so that I can get them to spawn, flick a switch, and move them into other places, per se, maybe a dungeon under the mountain or something like that. So that would be fucking awesome. Anyways, this is it. This is what we're doing. So now I have a plan. We're going to start going. And I think the first thing I'm going to do, I know I have to go in and fill this in, potentially this area here too, because you can see the wall is going to cross it. But before I do that, I'm going to just use all that dirt that I got to start laying out where I want things. Once I know where I want things, I can then fill those in and actually start building. So that's what I'm going to cut to at this point, okay? So I'll see you guys in a bit. Chicken, where are you? I just saw you. There you are. What? Just get your head out of the dirt. Okay. All right, guys. So we've kind of laid out what we want, at least on the castle side. So I'm gonna do this tower, kind of like ingrain it into the ground, lay it out so I know where it goes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that forms the circle of 17 block diameter. 2, and then 1, 2, and 1, 2. And so, yeah, this is a little tricky. 1, 2, 1, 1, and then 1, 2. Oh, no, that's wrong. That's why it's supposed to be 2, then 1, and 1. Wow. Lay blocks much? There we go. So basically, we've kind of come up with a layout. Whoops. No, that's right. There, and there. Good. And there we go. So this is going to be one tower. The other one over here is going to be another tower. And there will be a wall running between the two. And the thing that kind of sucks is because of the fact that the walls... Because of the fact that we're dealing with Minecraft... You know, walls are gonna they can't be perfectly straight because I have one of the towers offset and on a different angle than the other tower. So they're gonna have to be angular walls from this tower to that tower, which means they're gonna look staggered, stepped, but you can't get around that. And I think it'll be fine. Any material that hangs out beyond, so let's go to this side because this side's a little better. So you see there's a tower there, a tower here, and then there's going to be a wall that goes between this tower and that tower. That tower is the keep, and you'll notice it's considerably larger. Those are 17 blocks in diameter. This one is 21. No, I think 21. I can't remember. No, 27, 29. It's 29 in diameter. There we go. I remember now. So 28 on this side, sorry, oh my god, 29, so 28 divided by 2 plus 1 in the middle. And so this is the main keep where the Lord of the Manor lives. I decided to throw in a smaller tower. This tower is smaller than those two down there, attached to this main tower. But I probably won't let it come up from the bottom here. I'll probably start it further up. And then over here I have another tower that is basically the same size as those two. And of course there's going to be a wall between this and the small tower, between the large tower and that tower, and then between those two. And then they're going to all come, there's going to be a wall that goes across this way from here to basically the center point, and the same from that tower to the center point. And then this will become my gatehouse that allows access to anyone coming in from this side. And then I haven't laid this part out yet, but I will be. When I lay this part out, it's going to be 3 smaller towers on the side and 1 large tower about the same size as those here. And a bunch of land for growing animals and crops, for breeding animals and growing crops. And that's pretty much it. So we haven't, I mean, this is going to be the case. Every Minecraft Monday that we do, we're going to be... adding a little, building a little, putting a little more, changing a little, adding a little. So this build is by no means going to be something that'll be done in 2 weeks. This is a long haul build, but I think in the end it'll be well worth it. So that's it for now, guys. We'll see you next week, and hopefully I'll have a little more maybe laid out. Maybe I'll start actually building some towers, selecting some materials. Because I have to look at and figure out what kind of look I want this castle to have, right? And then I have to start figuring out what I want inside the walls of the castle. Exactly what buildings, blacksmith, stables, granary, things like that, right? So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's been a bit of jumping around left, right, and center, but stick with me. You guys are in for a good ride. All right, I'll see you all, and bye for now. This is different. This used to be a ladder. Yeah, he's gone through and redone some of the stuff, which I like. I feel like Spider-Man.